Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this tarot reading resonates with you. It's totally free, it doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general tarot reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And this is an 8 of Pentacles. This is a lot of caution. This is not slowing down. This is not a failure to act. This is acting in the right way. You know, this is approaching things very diligently, very carefully. All right, which is, I think, for Capricorn, a very good skill to learn. I think Capricorns have this tendency to kind of run up the mountain. This is a card that says, yeah, we're going to be running, but we're going to make sure we have our supplies with us. We're going to kind of take our time. We're going to rest when we need to. We're going to put in the right amount of effort. Give this situation what it needs at the right time, right? Different things at different moments, I think, are going to be appropriate. Let's put this into some context, though, right? Let's see where this kind of, this caution might be taking place. Well, now we've got a 10 of Wands. Interesting. And some more fire with a Prince of Wands. And the World or Universe card. I kind of see where this is going. And a 6 of Cups. I almost wonder if we've been taking things a little bit too cautiously, if we've been being a little too careful. Because maybe the 10 of Wands is saying, hey, we really got to turn it up. You know? Maybe it was, for some reason, implied in your life that slow and steady is the way to go all the time. The 10 of Wands reminds us that, you know, the knob on the stove, it does go all the way up to 10. Now, you might not always have to use absolute highest high setting, but it's there for a reason. It's there for us to use it. So this might be a situation where taking your time, being slow, thinking things through, being cautious, you know, maybe that's not the way to go. Maybe right now we just need energy, right? Maybe now is the time to run up that hill. Yeah. Let's see what else we've got going on. Let's do the Path of the Serpent. We've got the Death card, the Star card, another 6, right? 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, and a 2 of Pentacles. I think a lot of changes are going to be taking place in your life. And I think as we learn what this 10 of Wands really means to us, it's going to, I mean, this is kind of like a prophecy. This is saying, look, this 10 of Wands will come into your life, and then some changes will happen that maybe you never even thought possible. Major transformation of your life, of your energy, of your spirit. And what was once perhaps kind of locked up or closed off, or it seemed like it wasn't there for you or wasn't available to you, now those doors are opening, see? And I think that's what we've really got with the World card here. The World card sometimes is us accepting things the way they are. And I'm usually a proponent of that. I usually say we have to accept the way things are and adapt to the circumstances in which we find ourselves. But there's also free will. There's also effort and ambition. There's also fire energy, right? So I feel like we have to try to change those things that are within our sphere of influence while accepting and trying not to be bothered by those things that are outside of our sphere of influence. So when it comes to the things that you can control, I think we got to turn the volume up. We got to turn the stove up to high for a minute, okay? And I feel like that's really going to open up a lot of doors to you. Things that you never thought possible are now possible. All right, let's select the mystery card before I forget. I'm never going to let myself, I'm never going to live that down in my own mind that I forgot the mystery card that one time. But there's my cat to confirm all of this too. TT, she is a hairless Sphinx cat. So here's the mystery card, Alien Simon Mork Ripley, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, so don't even try, Capricorn. But it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is or you have a hunch, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. All right? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. All right. So let's take a look around the room. We do have our major. We have 4 major arcana energy. And to me, this is really showing that the spirit, the spiritual energy, this creative force is manifesting in your life. See, we've got the 3, and then we've got a 4th one, right? So 4 is always the number of balance, of that first initial manifestation of something. So we do feel this spiritual energy around us, and now we're doing something with it. And it could be an inspiration. It could be a big idea that maybe you just thought, nah, that would never work. It could be a lot of things in life that you see, that you've wanted, but you just feel like it's not in the cards for me. It's not my fate. It's not what's meant for me, right? And I don't believe in that. I think that our fate, our destiny, what is meant for us is an ever-changing thing, right? It's not a form. It's not a structure. It's not a fact. It's a process. Yeah. So let's see. We have that major arcana, obviously. We've got fire. We've got a little bit of water in the future position. And this is the real joy, beauty, and pleasure. This is like seeing that double rainbow. It's a fantastic, amazing, almost unbelievable experience. And this is how you feel about what you're manifesting, and the joy and the pleasure that comes with these doors opening and you manifesting things you never thought possible. That to me feels like it's going to be a really like elated, joyous, almost euphoric feeling, right? 6 of Cups. We don't have really any air energy. We've got some good Libra energy at the top here. This is air. This is major arcana. We don't have any swords cards, right? And when I say major arcana, that's just what the trump cards are called, right? 0 through 21. The 22 major arcana of the tarot, it just means like secret, something that's hidden, something that's kind of reserved for the initiated. Which I think you could consider yourself initiated if you watch these readings and you try to follow along with the energy, okay? The absence of swords cards here, this tells me that there is not really a need for you to debate it. Yeah, when we say that what we're doing right now needs to be turned up to a 10, at least temporarily, right? You don't want to leave it on 10. You're going to burn whatever you're cooking, right? It's like Spirit doesn't want you to argue, you know? You don't need to debate this within yourself. Because once we stop and we start asking ourselves, well, why, how, should I, if it, maybe, because, then we're not doing anything, right? So we might as well have just stayed in the 8 of Pentacles. So the absence of swords cards tells me that this is something for you to do, not something for you to think about, debate, mull it over, anything like that, right? But the fact that we have the Libra energy, the justice or adjustment card, at the top of the path of the dove, this is telling me that you are under the auspices of the universal mind. And what I kind of mean by that is Spirit will let you know if you're getting off course, right? Spirit will let you know when it's time to turn the burner back down to maybe medium, or maybe even bring it back down to a simmer. Yeah. You have the discernment, you have the intuition, you have the logical mind, the rational mind to know and to perceive the signals when it's time to to adjust, right? That's the name of this card, adjustment. When it's time to adjust the heat, you're going to know, okay? We don't need the swords cards here causing confusion and chaos and doubt and causing inaction. Yeah. What I see in the past for you, obviously, is this world or universe card. I feel like this was the world that you always thought was closed to you. Yeah. I feel like this was all the things, and maybe you even would, I don't know if you still do, read magazines or cut out pictures from magazines and kind of idealize certain aspects of, maybe it's a nature magazine, maybe it's National Geographic, maybe it's a travel magazine, maybe it's a fashion magazine, I don't know. But I feel like there's just this life out there that you almost fantasize about, but you feel like it's a world that's closed to you, a world that you don't understand, a world that you could never be part of, or things from that world that you wish for yourself, but you feel like it's just never meant for me. Maybe it is travel, maybe it is financial freedom, maybe it is family, maybe it is, I don't know. Or maybe you want fortune and fame. Maybe it's a celebrity magazine, I don't know. It's not a superficial type of desire, though. That's the important part, because we have this very strong spiritual energy on the path of the serpent, which we will get to, the star and the death card. With the universe, though, I feel like this is kind of us putting a fence around ourselves, right? This is almost thinking that our life is our cross to bear. Like, this is just my fate, that things are meant to be this way. Maybe you feel like you're even making up some kind of, like working out some old karma or something like that, right? Do you have a crucifix that you wear? I feel that there is some sort of I guess it would be called a rosary. It's not very ornate. It's like very simple. Maybe it's gold. Maybe it's even made out of wood. I just see a very kind of simple design on like a simple chain or even like a rope or something. Not a very ornate kind of thing. Very simple. And I feel like you have always resigned yourself to a certain kind of destiny, even though part of you says, God, I really wish I could do that kind of work or have that kind of a career or find my purpose, doing, any number of things, right? The universe card sometimes, as vast and as infinite as it is, sometimes it locks us up in a little tiny corner of this universe. Why? Why is that? The universe is infinite. Why should we be stuck in just a little tiny room? And it's kind of the same feeling that I'm getting. So what I'm feeling with this card and with the rest of these energies is that these boundaries are lifting. It's like somebody's taking the dome off of your life, and you can now move beyond. You remember that show, Under the Dome? You could see what's out there, but you couldn't get there. You run into that invisible dome, right? It was a silly show. I loved it. But I feel like this energy here is Spirit lifting that dome off, and you're able now to move freely about the world, about the universe. Yeah. So I think financial freedom is definitely a part of this. Yeah. I think that this is you realizing a lot of things that you want in your life and getting them, manifesting them, attracting them, and feeling that you are really fulfilling your destiny. And I feel like the energy in you is kind of transforming. We have the Eight of Pentacles, like we said. And I feel like this is really slow and steady. I'm really seeing a turtle here. I don't know if you have a pet turtle, if a turtle is a symbol for you lately, or if you've been seeing more turtles in your life lately, not lady. I feel like it's kind of, it's Spirit saying, things are really slow right now. And it may feel, even when we get that that's the meaning we're supposed to take from that. Oh, slow and steady. Yeah, slow and steady. But we keep seeing the turtle, and it's like, are we not going slow enough? Do I need to slow down even more? Do I need to be even more careful, more cautious, more risk averse, as they say? Or is Spirit presenting all these images of the turtle to say, you're the turtle? Look, I mean, can you see it now? You're being a turtle. We're not meant to be a turtle all the time, right? If we were, maybe we would have shells or something. So I think that all of this careful diligence, now I think that you probably are a very good record keeper. I think you keep a lot of written records. I don't know if it's journaling, if it's a gratitude journal, if it is just a kind of a log of your day. Maybe you even do some sort of record keeping or bookkeeping for your job or your career or for some organization, right? I feel you're very organized, which is very good. That's a wonderful thing. Let's add to that a little bit of this kind of turning up the knob on the stove. Yeah. I also wonder if there is a partner with you, if you do have someone that you're kind of a partner in crime here. Sometimes the Ten of Wands is showing that there is another energy next to us. Now, this could be a relative, perhaps, that has passed, then their energy is still with you. Do you have like a favorite mug? Did the mug belong to somebody else? I'm getting like a coffee mug that you still kind of have, and it's kind of a reminder of someone in your life that's passed. I feel like they're still with you. Yeah. So I feel like this is kind of, even if you're alone in life, you're still part of a team. You've got a spirit team around you, right? And this card to me is really about turning up the heat, turning up the fire. Start having that ambition. Start feeling like you can do it. You will do it. And you are doing it, right? We have to sometimes build ourselves up, pump ourselves up, get excited. Let's start warming up. Because I feel like the more effort you put into life right now, the more your world will expand, right? We don't want the universe to be contracting. I'm no astrophysicist. I don't know what the universe is actually doing. But the idea that it's contracting and getting smaller and smaller and smaller, it's an idea of Saturn. Saturn is part of this card. So what we want to do is expand this energy. And we even see in this card a little bit of Saturn energy, okay? Because this card usually is telling us that we need to restrict our energy. Usually that card, if you watch my readings, I say we got to turn the volume down. We got to turn the heat down on the stove. We're going to burn our dish, right? We're going to evaporate the water or whatever. But because we have double Saturn here, to me that's too much. That's like spirit showing you the turtle over and over again. Something doesn't mean I need more turtles, right? Doesn't mean that we need more Saturn here. What we need is to stop constricting our worldview, stop, contracting our universe, and stop turning down your light. Stop turning down your fire. Yeah. So what we see under the surface here is the Prince of Wands. This card is very active, very committed. This is kind of saying, like, you have the ability to turn your heat up or to accelerate your life and then hit the cruise control and stay at that steady pace until it's time now to turn it down again. And you will know when it's time. But for now, we have to turn it up, we have to speed up, we have to accelerate, we have to put more energy and ambition and kind of zest and excitement back into what we're doing. And then let it ride for a while, right? Not just for a day or two, and then we kind of go back and say, well, that didn't really work out. No, it has to be a sustained effort, the ability, it's that kind of stamina, right? To sustain a high level of effort for an extended period of time. How long depends on spirit. Spirit will let you know. Yeah. And, the Six of Cups. I mean, this is now when you can turn it back down to a simmer and you're just enjoying it. Everything's getting married together. When you're making a stew or a gumbo or a soup or something, you got to boil it for a while first, right? Then you turn it down to a simmer. Low and slow, let the flavors marry, and you're going to have the best soup, stew, or gumbo that you've ever made. And this is what the Six of Cups really is, turning it back down to a simmer, letting things get to know each other in the pot, right? Do you watch a lot of food shows on TV? I keep seeing like Emeril Lagasse. Remember him? Love that chef, that person. I feel like he's a great guy. I don't know why. I just really do. I kind of grew up watching him, and he's my absolute favorite, like, celebrity chef, But he used to talk about that, where the flavors they'd kind of get to know each other in the pot. You got to turn it down, let it simmer. And so we need a lot of this effort, whether this is applied to your business, your career, your family, friends, your spiritual life in general. Maybe it's just your pleasure life, your fun, right? Your personal time. Going after more things, having the enthusiasm and the ambition to go try something that you've always wanted to try. Go after something you saw in the magazine that you want to do for yourself. Maybe it's travel, maybe it's canoeing, maybe it's martial arts or something, right? Go after those things, you know. We're not looking for the swords. We're not looking for a reason to say, I can't. I want to, I really, really want to, but I can't. You know, we're going to unlearn those words, right? And then once we start doing it, then we can kind of turn it down a little bit and just enjoy the experience that we're in. And really understand, do I like this? Do I want to try something else? You know, we don't have to just go pedal to the metal forever. You know, we can turn it back down and see how we feel about things and really get to know, like if it is a martial art. Try it for a while. See how you like it. You know, and if you like it, of course, keep doing it. If you want to branch out, do some other things. But it really is important to check in with your feelings, with your deep feelings, and that idea of connection and satisfaction, the meaning and value in what you're doing, because that's going to be the judge for you. If you feel that this is good, I like this, it feels right, it's going to be challenging, sure. But you got to check in and see if it's a good match for you. Okay. Who has the really bright eyes in your family? I feel like somebody just has like these like almost glowing like green eyes. And it's really intense. I don't know if that's you or if that's a family member. We're going to go to the path of the serpent now, and as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. We're almost at 200K. Can you believe it? I never thought we would grow as we've been growing, and it really is because of all of you, and I really do appreciate all of you. I really, really do. All right, we've got the death energy and the star. This is all good stuff. Good, this is all good energy in this reading today. We've got the death card here, and this is really you feeling now, like feeling empowered, like I really can transform my life. Yeah, that I really can go after those things that I've always wanted. Maybe since you were a kid, you've wanted certain things, or a certain way of life, or certain kind of lifestyle, or certain activities, certain connections. And this card says that you really can be a facilitator of this kind of transformation. Now, the death card always represents change. With the death card here, whenever we see this card, we say, okay, something is not staying the same, right? Sometimes that's not really a welcomed thing. Sometimes we don't want things to change, right? In this case, I think we really do. And I think we're embracing this change. Yeah. Also, what's the connection with the belt? Do you have like a really like funky belt or something really ornate? Or I'm seeing like a big kind of silver thing. I think it's like a belt. I don't think it's a necklace. It's thick. And it has either jade or turquoise kind of set into it. But the idea of a belt, I guess. Maybe it's the restriction, the Saturn kind of, restricting things in. We need to maybe loosen the belt a little bit, right? But change, and this is you working in harmony with the process of change, being part of it. Not just being subject to whatever the universe throws at you. Change happens all the time, whether we like it or not. Spirit doesn't need us to approve. Spirit doesn't need us to even participate in any way. Change is change. Death happens. It's slow and steady. It's not in a hurry, right? And no one can stop it. We can't. We can either be victims of it, or we can be right there with it as a kind of a partner in this process of change. Yeah. So life is happening around you. I feel like we've got to step up. We've got to turn that fire up and be more of a participant in which way we want our life to go. What changes do you want to make? Right? Because change is happening. It's the idea that we're getting older. We are changing. Our bodies are changing. Our life, our world is changing. Let's put something of ourself in there to help things change in a good way. Right? And so I think this is a very important energy for you right now. This is kind of that really the transformation of a lifetime, right? And I think that this is now allowing you to realize that your life can be whatever you want it to be. I don't care how old you are. You know, sometimes I get comments, yeah, but I'm 95 years old. That's fine. It's never too late to start. We have to do it within our means, right? We can't maybe start jujitsu when we're 95 years old. Maybe you can, I don't know. We have to do what we can within these limitations that we have, you know. It has to be within our capacity. Yeah. We're trying to turn the fire up to 10. We're not going to like break the knob off and try to get to 11, right? Because we're going to break stuff. Maybe a hip or something, or an ankle. So we have to function within our capabilities. Yeah, that's very important. And I'm not a medical doctor. That just seems like some good common sense, you know. The star card in the position of the environment. This is the idea that Spirit is showing you the way at every moment, right? And I think that you're somebody who really used to value prayer. I think that you really had a strong connection with Spirit. But I feel like there was a time where you just kind of said, this is my lot in life, and there's really less of a need for that connection, I guess. Spirit's been sending you messages constantly. Every day, every moment of every day is a message for you. And I think you're beginning to realize that. I feel like you've picked up your tarot cards again. I feel like you've picked up that simple cross that you have. I think that you've resumed your prayer, your ritual, your ceremony, your worship in whatever form or fashion. Yeah. And I feel like you're making that connection again because now you're realizing that, yeah, Spirit is showing you what's beyond the dome, right? What's outside the dome. And you're ready to go get it. Yeah, you're ready to go get it. And that is your star. It's Spirit. It's your own divinity projected outward, right? So that we can experience it in that kind of more objective way, I guess, if you can call it that. Did you ever like want to be like an entertainer? Right? Spirit's telling me something about entertaining. I don't know if it's like maybe entertaining guests, like a family, or if it's you like being an actor or comic or something along these lines where you're entertaining people, performing, making people laugh, maybe, right? Something like that. Star card, though. Very, very nice. I am getting an H name, and for some of you, there is this spirit team around you, and maybe this loved one that I'm feeling is the H name. I don't know if it's a spirit guide, if it's a distant ancestor, or somebody that maybe you lost more recently. But they're with you, and they're kind of they want to encourage you. They're trying to kind of like grab your arm and say, "Come on, let's go do it." You know, they're trying to kind of like hype you up. You know, and it feels very, very supportive. It really does. We've got a 6 of Pentacles next. That is success. That is earthly success, material success. To me, it kind of looks like that dome, right? It kind of looks like the dome has been lifted, and now all of our energy can just shine wherever it really wants to go. I feel like this is the harmony in your life. This is the cooperation of everything and everyone in your life, sure. But when we pair it up with the 6 of Cups, now the 6 of Cups is you checking in, and you want the 3 and the 3 connects, good match. Yeah, this feels good. I like where I'm at. I like what I'm doing, you know. The 6 of Pentacles is what you don't want. And I think the way we're looking at this is, what if it's just empty? What if, swords energy kind of creeping in, right? What if? What if you do all these things and you pursue your goals, you go after these things that you want in your life, the things that you see in the magazines that you want to fulfill for yourself, and either you fail or it doesn't feel that good? Yeah. Sure. Both of those things could happen. Both of those things could and probably will to some degree, right? They all can't be zingers, right? Not everything can have that 6 of Cups feeling to it. The more things you try, the more you do, the more you'll know what to do next time. You know, you'll see, well, that sort of stuff didn't really do it for me. So I'm going to steer away from those kinds of things in the future, right? So the idea that you could either fail at these activities or it just won't feel right, those things will happen, but I don't think that should be a deterrent. That's the swords creeping in. What if, right? Because what we see next, of course, is the Two of Pentacles, and that is change. Things are changing. Things will change for the better if you can put your energy and nudge change in the right direction. Because remember, with the Death card, change is happening no matter what. So let's put our energy into that change to help nudge our life in the direction that we want it to go. Yeah. Spirit's still telling me something about keeping the written records. I don't know if you're a librarian or a historian or an archivist. There's something about like keeping documents or records or a written record of the past for some of you. And that keeps coming through. I don't know what that is about exactly. Let's look at the mystery card, though. Yeah, let's take a look. This, what do we need? Well, I don't want any swords. Unless it's an ace of swords, I don't want any. But maybe we'll get some more water energy. I think a 3 or a 6 of anything, really, is going to be nice. A 3 of swords even would be nice. Yeah. Or a 6. I think I meant a 6, not a 3. Did I say 3? Maybe not a 3. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. I wonder if this is going to be the 3 of swords. Because I slipped and I said 3 of swords. I didn't mean to. Let's see what we have. Oh, thankfully it's a 10 of pentacles. Very nice. This is all of those things. This is everything that you've ever cut out of a magazine or looked at in the magazine or saw on TV or thought of in your life or saw other people doing and said, I want that. I want to do that. I want to feel that. This is the picture of your best life. Your ideal life. You've got your pets, your plants, your people are in there somewhere. And this is that vision. This is that picture of your best life. And this is going to change again as you experiment, as you try different things. You're going to kind of learn what types of things to steer away from. Things that you don't like, things you don't really connect with. Yeah. So this picture will change. Maybe you did, maybe you have a lot of those like collages. Maybe you've really cut a lot of stuff out of magazines, right? And just take a big red paint pen or something, or a big red Sharpie, and start crossing stuff out. Nope, that one I don't like. Tried that, don't want it anymore. And it's going to narrow down, and your picture is going to change. Your collage is going to change. Yeah. This is the perfect confirmation card. Could not ask for a better confirmation right now. This is it. This is really it. Feels like a prophecy. It feels like your life is changing in ways that you never would have expected. Yeah. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, click on the link up in the corner, or there's one down in the video description. All right. New readings for Capricorn every Thursday and Sunday, but I'm here every day. Just come on back. See me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Our community here is literally global. It's worldwide. And so I like to see that. And I think it's nice for everyone to kind of see that there are people close to you. Not that we know everybody who's near us, but just to see that somebody else lives in your neck of the woods. It's kind of a validating feeling. It's kind of a comforting, familiar feeling, right? Just to know that there are others out there in this community that are, kind of where we are in a certain sense. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.